two younger academy kids through that. He's also a former player with Crew, Alexandra FC, and Lincoln City FC. Deep shot already for FC Pontiac. Like we've talked about, they've struggled early in the season. Looked like a handball there on Drew Matias, excuse me. But it was not the case. Quick shot to Evan Baker, not the touch he wants, but able to keep it in bounds. He's got an attacker running down the way. It's number 14 for Intro Detroit. That's not on my roster sheet. We'll have to see who that is. It's a throw in for Intro Detroit in the attacking zone. This is one of the things that Ryan Rowe, the head coach of Intro Detroit, was talking about. They want to create chances for themselves early and gain momentum. They like playing from ahead, not a huge fan of playing from behind. You've noticed in the games that they've played from behind, they haven't been as successful. Here's Evan Baker, gets blocked out of there, and here's number 9, Brendan Gerard, trying to dribble that ball. A lot of wing plays so far in the first few minutes of this matchup. That's Edwin Gomez-Ruiz. Wanted an offside, they're gonna get it. It's Tyler Philpott.
On Intro Detroit.
At least
Did you ever know that? My father used to say, if you want to know for your house, ask the neighbors. I never forget that. And when I was young, I was thinking.
Deep shot from the keeper of FC Pontiac is down the way. Trying to retrieve this one as Intro Detroit gets that to Gomez-Ruiz. Kicks it out of bounds. Actually, it's deflected out, so it goes in favor of Intro Detroit.
Out of bounds. Throw in. Intro Detroit.
Be nice is free.
The be nice, it's free.
Yeah.
But my language.
I want to remind folks that the first 30 minutes here are brought to you by 248 Construction LLC. At 248 Construction LLC, we specialize in custom design and expert building for homeowners and business owners alike. Whether you're dreaming of a modern kitchen, a full home remodel, as an attacking chances deflected towards the direction of Ryan Bovey. Apologies here to 248 Construction. There's some action going on. I didn't want to miss it. Whether you're dreaming of a modern kitchen, a full home remodel, or a commercial renovation that turns heads, we've got you covered from concept to completion. If you're interested in custom design and expert building, call 248-894-3882. That's 248-894-3882. Thank you to 248 Construction LLC for being the title sponsor for Intro Detroit. Throw in from Skasilis. Goes over the heads of everybody and into a defender's lap. It's going to be deflected by Doug Hayner. Falling over on the FC Pontiac side is number 14, Terrace Kachuk, midfielder from Duke FC. A lot of experience playing in these pro and semi-pro teams. As well as Andrew Smutek for Intro Detroit, who's sitting on the bench right now. We'll see him come out at some point during the game, I assume. They're going to call a trip, and is it in the box? Not quite. They're going to say it's just outside. Looked like a play on the ball. There were 2 defenders in the area. But earning the free kick at the 19-yard line is FC Pontiac. They've only scored 3 times throughout 2 games. Scoring early here would be so important for the momentum of this game. These are 2 teams at very different pivotal points of the season. If FC Pontiac can't win this one, fall to 0-3, but pretty much, I don't want to say eliminate their chances of contending for the title, but it would be very difficult to come back from that, at least mentally. Taking this one and sending it straight to the box. Oh, deflected! Going all around. It's first save of the day for Ian Janis, as he was able to get a hand on that as it went into the post. But I do believe taking a shot on that was Dyer O'Riordan. They trusted the Cork City alum with the shot directly on goal. Janis has been very good in goal this season. It's now 8 shots on, 5 saves on the season for him. Quick play here. is Evan Baker. They wanted the offsides, and they're going to get it.
Offsides at Inter Detroit.
Play moving quickly here, though. FC Pontiac will get the ball back. Look to work that far left side of the field.
Throw-in, FC Pontiac.
Fakes a deep shot. Will go to his teammate, far side. Go back to Davidson, the keeper. High school, excuse me, the Ohio Northern keeper. I thought he was. No, excuse me. He is just graduated from Berkeley High School not too long ago. Trusting the young gun between the pipes on the other side of the field, though. And offsides is called on FC Pontiac. This time on Drew Matsunas.
Offsides on FC Pontiac.
They are called FC Pontiac. Every social media account on the face of this planet has been calling them Pontiac FC. Which has been screwing me up because I check the website quite often to make sure I'm saying the name right. It is FC Pontiac, countercultural to most football clubs. Putting the FC in front of the title, or at least in front of the city's name. And Janice sends this one way down the field. Headed between a bunch of defenders, trying to get it out of harm's way. Is FC Pontiac not able to? This is Doug Hayner. Ball swings back, that's Liam Zimmerman. And Aquinello. And now stolen, ripped out of the hands. Here's Drew Matsunas. Matsunas looking to take a shot on, deflected and saved by Janice.
Save, Ian Janice.
Second save of the day for him. It is going to force the first corner of the
Out of
afternoon.
bounds on Janice. Corner kick, FC Pontiac.
Rain's starting to come down a little bit here. It's been sprinkling here and there, not too consistent. We were worried about thunderstorms earlier in the evening. Dribbling that one out to the corner is going to be number 11, Nicholas Simon, the attacker from Bloomfield Hills, elite program over there. A lot of players in the mix. Ball sent away. It's a beautiful ball, headed away by a defender for Inter Detroit. Swinging this one across the way is number 8, Dair O'Riordan, just a little too far over the heads of his teammates, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Goal kick, Inter Detroit.
A lot of fast, intense play so far here through almost 8 minutes into this match. So Witcher trying to initiate another run here. Evan Baker goes back. Here's number 14, Doug Hayner. Now another run on the FC Pontiac side. He's got a chance out goal. Deflected and saved by Janice once again. Still not out of harm's way, though. Defense needs to get on their horse. A little bit of toughness there. Now Evan Gomez-Ruiz has a chance to run. Out toughs the defender.
Ian Janice.
Run on the other side. Kick is not the one he wanted. Goes straight to a defender. That was Etienne Vaughn. Moving through the midfield. Excellent run here from number 9, Brendan Gerard. Keeping the ball in play. Now this is Nicholas Simon, another high scorer. Excellent pass. Shot across the way. And it's, oh, how do you not capitalize on that? Drew Matsunas. Off of a beautiful cross, goes wide of the net. And FC Pontiac has been generating beautiful chances for them, just not able to capitalize on any up to this point. They have taken 3 shots on goal already, though, less than 10 minutes into this game. Doesn't spell well for Inter Detroit's defense. Friends and family night, a lot of folks out in attendance. Here's a run, trying to be generated. It looks like that's cross on the far side, not gonna get there. It was deflected though, so it is gonna be a corner.
Corner kick, Inter Detroit.
I think that was Tyler Philpott on the far side. He's now jogging out to take this corner is number 20, Liam Zimmerman. all but 3 players in the mix. 18-yard box. Cross a little too far. Goes over the head of everybody. Back into possession of Inter Detroit. They'll look to reset. Edwin Gomez-Ruiz looking for somebody, anybody. Has to go all the way back to the keeper, Ian Janis. Pontiac will stay home. Here's Bovee. Back to Gomez-Ruiz. Foul called there on number 14, Taras Kachuk. Trying to be patient here as Inter Detroit, countercultural to what they've done up to this point. Their chances to make these quick initiated runs haven't worked out too well. Ends up with Pontiac being able to capitalize on the counterattack. That ball sent it to stratosphere. Matuna's trying to get his foot on it, not able to, so it's a throw in for Inter Detroit.
Out of bounds, off FC Pontiac, Inter Detroit throw-in.
Oscar Silas has Evan Thornton right in front of him, midfielder from Elmhurst. Will let to go over the heads of many. And is potentially in the possession of FC Pontiac. Through ball almost gets there, not quite. Here's Gomez-Ruiz, stolen away by Kachuk, and here we go. Good defense there from Inter Detroit, not allowing those 2 through balls to come through. All the way on the other side. Zimmerman. Back to Zimmerman again. We'll get the throw in.
Out of bounds, throw-in, Inter Detroit.
Doug Hayner trying to get past the defender, not able to. It's ripped away by Taras Kachuk. 14-on-14 crime right there. Tunis in the middle. His team able to interchange their attackers and midfielders way offside. To Pontiac players knew it, so they didn't even go for the ball. And instead goes into the hands of Ian Janis, as this Inter Detroit team kind of looks stunned almost by the fight that they're seeing out of FC Pontiac. Anybody can win in any game in the Midwest Premier League. That's the fun of it in these semi-pro leagues. Ryan Rose said it himself in our pregame show earlier, if you tuned in. It's been him and Edwin Jimenez that have been kind of co-captaining this team. Ryan Rowe acts as the MLS operations director with the Michigan Jaguars. Kick goes far side, looking for a cross. Not able to get it there. Deflected out in the way. Ball playing pinball right now. And Gomez-Ruiz is going to go for a run. No call there. They're going to say it's all ball. And FC Pontiac back with possession in the danger zone. Looking for some fancy footwork. Matunas, a little bit of tossing and turling. Turling? I don't know what that means.
So crazy. No, I have this.
They're going to call the foul on Pontiac, so it will be free kick going away for Ian Janis, who's standing just outside of frame. Sends it away. Both of these teams are in that same mindset where they feel like the backs are against the world right now. They got to score first and gain momentum early if they want to have a great chance of winning this thing. Here's Evan Baker trying to make a run at it. The defender, Etienne Vaught, is going to get there first. Deflect to right into the possession of Evan. Excuse me, now it's Doug Hayner. Back to Baker. Looking to move around. Shot, low, saved by Davidson. First save of the day for him.
Save, Seth Davidson.
Shot was low and not as powerful as Evan Baker would like, so easy save for Davidson. Still counts in the stat sheet though. This is Simon through the midfield. cross doesn't get there. Ryan Bowie trying to keep it away from O'Riordan. Was able to wrestle and strip it away. Now it's Vaughn. Fast, quick, competitive play from both sides here. Headed away by number 34, Joey Iaquinello. 15 minutes have rolled on here, scoreless. But if you've been watching, you know exactly the type of match this has been. This has been back and forth, shots on, shots close to being on. A save for me and Jan. The first save of the day, actually, for Janice went into the woodwork. Could have easily bounced into the net, but still scoreless. That's the beauty of this game, that anything can happen at any moment. Off the chest of Hayner. Stolen away. Running full speed with this one is Nick Simon. Through ball not there. Janice sends it to the other side of the moon. Throwing for FC Pontiac in their own territory.
Out of bounds. Throw-in. FC Pontiac.
I don't know how that's possible. I would. I was just going to say, yeah. Seems pretty chill. Yeah.
Metro Detroit well represented in the Great Lakes East Division of the Midwest Premier League. I was thinking to myself, how many Metro Detroit teams are in this division? It's like almost the entire thing, besides Futsal Factories. Here's a chance, not a chance quite yet, but a run, made by Enzo Bordogno, who typically plays defense, over the heads of everybody. This is O'Riordan, wants a cross, deflected away by Zimmerman, I believe. And go out trying to save that one was the attacker, Doug Hayner.
FC Pontiac.
Almost all besides two teams, like I mentioned, representing Metro Detroit. Through ball not there, deflected away. Now right back in the attack zone is FC Pontiac. I think it's Legends FC and Michigan Futsal Factory. They're the only two teams that don't represent teams that are within a 50-mile radius of Detroit. Maybe 50 miles is a little too far. Here's a run. On the far side, that's Tyler Philpott.
Out of bounds. Throw-in. Into Detroit.
Look at their first throw-in in the danger zone this evening. Friday Night Lights. Glad to have you on the We Are Soccer channel. Whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I understand we're now streaming to multiple platforms at the same time. Great to have you here. It's an excellent night for soccer. It was an excellent night 2 nights ago, but we didn't get that, unfortunately. Silly, I shouldn't say silly, but the game was canceled due to unfortunate reasons. If you follow me on Instagram at @itsgarrettpog, you may have seen my story on all that stuff. You can watch that stream back. Suffice to say, I was not too pleased. Dribbling this one around, Evan Thornton gets it to Zimmerman, who almost lost it underneath his feet. A lot of pressure from FC Pontiac. Great defense from them, sending it all the way back to midfield. Iaquinello. That's Hayner. Now to Bovey, who scored miraculously in the 92nd minute in the Michigan Stars game, the first home game for Metro Detroit. Initiating a run. And deflected out of bounds. It's Hayner. On that deflection.
Throw-in. FC Pontiac.
Nick Simon has been relentless. Great speed from him throughout this game. Maybe Lisandro Munoz from Avondale High School, 5'7" defender. Go to O'Riordan. Back to the D-line. Work being done on the far left side of the field. Obviously, they like that matchup that they have. Not the right touch, or at least he thought Drew Matsunas was in the area.
Goal kick. Enter Detroit.
Thought Majunas was going to stay wide. He ended up cutting in. Leads to the miscommunication, and now it's Inter Detroit's ball. A little more patience from this Inter Detroit team. As I say that, they send it right back to that back line of FC Pontiac. This is number 23, Joshua Rubin. Getting it to Munoz. Excellent two-hand push, going to be called without a doubt. One of my favorite moves in soccer, the good old two-hand shove. Sometimes it's called, sometimes it's not, depending on the referee crews. But only the best here in the Midwest Premier League. We do have a referee analyst in the booth here with us, and I don't want to say anything that might offend him. Good guy. Ball sent far and away as the rain starting to pour down a little more now. Excellent defense from Zimmerman. Gets tripped up and sent away by Munoz. Crosses it in. A lot of action in the box there. No shot on, though. Here's Hayner. Trying to gain numbers. When Gomez Ruiz gets tripped up on the ball. Trying to get it ripped away from O'Riordan. Not able to, though. And this is Evan Baker with an excellent group of guys trying to score here, far side. Make something happen. This is Tyler Philpott. Cross sent way away from Paul Skosilas.
Out of bounds, goal kick, FC Pontiac.
I believe that was Evan Baker trying everything he could to save it. At least keep it in bounds. Kick just a little too far and wide. Stalemate stands through 20 minutes of this highly contested game. First ever matchup between Inter Detroit and FC Pontiac. Kevin Garner's first season in the league with this team. -6 goal differential for them. As we talked about, just an unfortunate start to the season. Losing by a decent margin to Liquid Football, and then last Friday night just getting absolutely thrashed by Michigan Futsal Factory. Not a team that's known for thrashing people like that, and for them to be able to make such a dominant statement. Pretty surprising stuff. Here's Skosilas, typically a defender, going all the way down the field. Evan Baker wants Skosilas, and that's deflected out of bounds for a corner. Good move by that defender right there, just saying.
Corner kick.
We'll take our chances with the corner. We don't want any one-on-one chances against the keeper. On the far side, I do believe that Zimmerman, once again, looking to take the corner. A player standing just outside the box. Last time around, this went to the far post. This time, same location, but it's punched away, and Gomez Ruiz doesn't get the right touch on it. Goalkeeper's on the ground. Ball's knocked around. Shot blocked. Still in Detroit's possession, though. Mishandled, and it ends up being a goal kick for
Save, Seth Davidson. Goal kick, FC Pontiac.
Excuse me. Goal kick for FC Pontiac. Seth Davidson, the new graduate from Berkeley High School, starting over their other goalkeeper, Robert Wright, who just finished his sophomore season at Northern Michigan. I'm curious to see if we see him come out at some point during the game. A lot of trust in his youth as Kevin Garner. It's nice to see some of these teams having a nice blend and mix of youth and collegiate kids. Even some grown men to that extent. Play on the ball. Continues as that throw-in comes headed away.
Throw-in, FC Pontiac.
Rain pouring down lightly. now as this will be, I believe that's 14 Terrace Kachuk throwing this one in. Gomez Ruiz trying to intercept, and he does. Possession starts for FC Pontiac. Evan Thornton gets it out of the way for Doug Hayner. Ball goes through 2 defenders. Not the touch the number 28 Evan Baker wanted.
Beautiful.
Both teams struggling to retain possessions. Casales trying to get that away, falls over. FC Pontiac gets the ball back. Attacking territory for them. They cross it over the hands. No offsides called. By mistake, yes it is. Just outside of your frame there.
Before the save by Janice, offside on FC Pontiac.
It wasn't.
We talked about Nick Simon, that crucial speed that he has out on the wing side, the right wing.
Yeah,
He was so speedy, he sped before the ball was passed. Silas trying to force another run here. Enter Detroit. They want to create as many chances as possible. Here's one there, deflected and out for a corner.
Out of bounds, corner kick, Enter Detroit.
I believe 3rd corner of the evening for them. Zimmerman once again. You've seen 2 of his corners go to the far post. Wonder if FC Pontiac is picking up on that. More bodies inside the box this time around. Kick sent away, headed in, straight into the hands of Davidson.
Save, Seth Davidson.
That header was sent in by Joey Iaquinello. Off the chest of Pontiac, trying to save it there. I believe it was 10 Charlie Braithwaite,
Enter Detroit.
5'9" midfielder from Oakland. Enter Detroit going to sub on some guys here early. Evan Baker will walk off, as well as number 21, Ryan Goki. It'll be Bosco Garcia, as well as 2 others that are subbing in. Evan Thornton steps off. Number 7, Casey Bunker, steps in, as well as Kyle Jennings.
Enter Detroit substitutions. 7, Casey Bunker, 12, Kyle Jennings, 29, Bosco Garcia checking into the game.
Trying to get some more attackers out there, as Enter Detroit only rostered 3, on a very technical level, they only rostered 3 midfielders. So they sub off Thornton and they bring on 2 attackers and Kyle Jennings, as well as Casey Bunker. They're trying to get more numbers forward. Playing more of maybe a 4-2-4 instead of that 4-3-3 that they are used to playing underneath head coach Ryan Rowe. Free kick, roughly 35 yards out from goal, will be Doug Hayner to take it. He'll fake it instead, actually. That ball goes straight into the hands of Seth Davidson for another save.
Save, Seth Davidson.
Kicking that one forward, I do believe, was Casey Bunker. No, excuse me, it was Ryan Bovey.
Yeah, look at that.
And pressuring forward is Enter Detroit. Not able to capitalize on it, though. They're able to send it away. Ball will bounce around until being recovered by Enter Detroit. Ryan Bovey trying to keep it in bounds, though. He will. Good pressure there, and a great cross. Headed and saved. Another one from Seth Davidson.
Seth Davidson.
He's faced 4 shots on. That's 4 saves for him.
Out of bounds, goal kick, Enter Detroit. Correction, corner kick, Enter Detroit.
I'm trying to remember who put that header in. I do believe it was, yeah, Canelo. Just a strong header towards the goal. This is Zimmerman once again in the corner. Up, headed, out and away. We'll go outside of the box towards the near side of your screen. That cross was blocked by FC Pontiac, and charging with the ball in his hand. That's a foul and a half committed by Edwin Gomez-Ruiz. That was Alexander Prinkasevich, the attacker from Lawrence Tech. No malicious intent on that, so no yellow card given. Joshua Rubin sends that far and away, headed by Garcia. Excuse me, headed by Garcia. Now trying to create a run is Inter Detroit. This is Doug Hayner, who trips on the turf monster. Kyle Jennings, who just subbed in. Could be a super sub that makes a difference for Inter Detroit. Far side cross over the head of the goal. Nothing there for Inter Detroit.
Out of bounds, goal kick, FC Pontiac.
I want to remind folks that these next 30 minutes are brought to you by Chief Services LLC. Chief Services LLC are roofing and renovation experts serving all of Southeast Michigan. If you're in need of a new roof or renovation, call 248-787-5887. That's 248-787-5887. Thank you to Chief Services LLC for being the banner sponsor for Inter Detroit this season. Goal kick sent past midfield. Neither of these teams are interested in playing the possession game. They're trying to make it up the field as quick as possible. A little bit of tugging there. And FC Pontiac will earn the foul call. Thought they were trying to set up some sort of set piece. Not quite. Here's Kachuk. Tough defense from Inter Detroit. Trying to press up. It's cost him before, creating some shots on for FC Pontiac, but not right now, though. Doug Hayner loses the ball underneath his feet. It's a cross there from Bovey, who's been working really hard all game. An absolute workhorse, Ryan Bovey. This midfield and defensive line from FC Pontiac has been very disciplined. I think that's the one thing that the attacking side. Excuse me, that's the one thing that the attacking side is lacking, is that discipline. They've been called offsides for some shots that definitely could have counted and definitely could have scored if they were able to be onside when the pass was made. Friends and family urging someone to make a run here. Look at that speed, Evan Baker.
Good job, Seth.
Excuse me, that's not Baker, but Seth Davidson. Davidson able to get his hands on and prevent that shot from being taken. Evan Baker is subbed off. I do believe that's, nope, that's him. That's Baker.
Out of bounds, throwing, Inter Detroit.
I only knew that because it's tough to replicate that speed if you watch the last game against Liquid Football for Inter Detroit. He had almost the goal of the evening. That just sped right past two defenders. Was able to snatch the ball out of their grasp and put it in the back of the net. Pontiac player falls over, foul's called, and they'll get possession on the opposite side of the field. Almost 35 minutes rolling through on a inclement weather night. It's not, I don't know. It's tough to describe it because it's rained here, it's sun there, you know. It's been a little bit of everything today in Waterford. Ball sent back to Davidson. Detroit stays home for the time being, besides Evan Baker, who's doing everything he can to create some sort of pressure. I think they're welcoming those long passes, just making sure that they can deflect them. You see Kevin Garner there asking his team to continue to move forward. Garner came into the game. He was one of the first people in the stadium setting up cones and pennies and getting ready for his team to warm up.
Yeah, I'll come down there.
Had a good chat with him prior to the game starting. Was cool, calm, and collected.
I like it.
Yes.
Obviously in a place where this team is struggling in their first year in the Midwest Premier League, just trying to salvage any points that they can. But you've seen how they played tonight. They are definitely not a team that's just going to lie down. They're scrappy, fast. Midfield and defensive line have been disciplined. It's been excellent to see. You see speedy guys like that.
Come on, Branda!
Yeah, Quinell able to get there first, though. And Janice is going to send it far and away.
Like a game ball for it?
Off the head of Munoz.
So I'll run down, grab a game ball, you can set it up, and then we'll pass out prizes after the competition.
Excellent footwork from Inter Detroit. Possession does go back to FC Pontiac, though. That defensive line has been so stellar throughout this game. Trying to create a run. O'Riordan not able to keep the ball themselves. This is Casey Bunker on the far side. That right winner spot. Bovee, Gomez Ruiz, speeds through two defenders. He's got guys in front of him. Wants a shot on, ends up getting deflected and goes out for a corner.
Okay. Sounds good. Bye.
He did have about 3 to 4 teammates in front of him.
Corner kick, Inter Detroit.
I'm shocked he didn't make a pass or at least keep looking, swivel his head a little bit just to see what he had around him to work with. Decided to take the shot himself, and he had with 2 to 3 defenders in the area. It's a low percentage shot.
Come on.
Zimmerman to take another corner. 5th of the evening. Corner's up. Punched out by Seth Davidson. Had to come out of the box to do that, so not technically a save. Good old shove from Charlie Braithwaite is going to earn him a yellow. He put a little shoulder to that. So there's the 2-hand shove that we see a lot. Typically, that doesn't earn you a yellow, but you put a little shoulder into it, like a nice check, like you're playing hockey. Might be allowed in hockey, not so much in soccer, so it is going to earn him the yellow. First card of the day for either side. Charlie Braithwaite earns it in the 38th minute as Inter Detroit about 30 yards out, less than 30 yards out. He's got Zimmerman as well as, I do believe that's Ryan Bovee on the right side of your screen, getting ready to kick it away.
Don't jump!
Bovee up, heads, and Evan Baker wanted to pass, should have taken the shot himself though. It's going to be 1-2 potentially. Skousalis gets there first, deflects it off the leg. Here we go. FC Pontiac. Great defense there.
Out of bounds, throw in, FC Pontiac.
Looked like Ryan Bovee that deflected that out. Oh, excuse me, that was Kyle Jennings, the 5'9" attacker from Adrian.
There's a substitution.
Kevin Garner looking to sub somebody on to the field. Looks like he's having a chat with the refs, trying to see, hey, can we wait until after this attacking chance is over before? Oh no, never mind. Just making sure that the lineup card is filled right or something. It's Charlie Braithwaite. We got the yellow earlier. Walking off gingerly. I'm not sure what could have happened. The trainer's going to come over and take a look at him. subbing on. We've yet to see a number, but the ball's ripped away from him, and here's Doug Hayner trying to keep it alive. It is Carlos Escoto.
SC Pontiac substitution 17, Carlos Escoto onto the field.
Evan Baker trying to keep that ball inbounds. Does. It's deflected out by FC
Out of
Pontiac.
bounds, throw in.
Mistouched by that defender. And here we go. This has been a game. You say there's games played between the 20s. This is a game that is played exclusively in each team's 18-yard box, almost. Like a bit of a shove on a jump, trying to gain position in there. So foul on Inter Detroit. Rolling through 40 minutes. Neither team has scored. But it's not to say that both teams haven't had their chances. There's been 8 combined saves in this game.
He said go Liverpool.
Of course, this game taking place in the Metro Detroit area. A lot of FC Pontiac fans in attendance as well. Great to see them, as well as our Inter Detroit folks for Friends and Family Day in the pink unis.
Go!
I believe that was a handball that was called on FC Pontiac.
Handball called on SC Pontiac.
This is Gomez Ruiz. Goes inside to Baker. Silas. Working that far sideline. So running back to Garcia. Pontiac with Nello. He's got space to work with. Outside. It's Doug Hayner, left winger. 1-on-2. Can he cross it? He does. Just a little too far though. Brian Bovey trying to catch up. Goes out for a throw-in.
Out of bounds, throw in. FC Pontiac.
Throw in deep into the danger zone for FC Pontiac. So a lot of pressure from Inter Detroit. They end up gaining possession, so it worked out well. Goes inside, that's Casey Bunker. Saved. Can you put it in? Oh no!
Seth Davidson.
I believe that was Kyle Jennings tripping over his own feet trying to get it past the keeper. Here's Gomez Ruiz. Back to Bovey. Now on the far side, that's Bunker. Looking for that cross, fakes it. That cross is deflected and sent out. It's going to be a corner kick, 6th of the day for Liam Zimmerman.
Fans, make sure to stay tuned for our 30-yard half-line challenge. Do you think you can kick the ball perfectly from the 30-yard line to the center patch? Come on down to the field and test your luck for a multitude of different prizes.
Bit of a line formation for Inter Detroit in the mix. He does have Edwin Gomez Ruiz out wide by himself. Zimmerman's been sticking his hand up for a while. Sends it in. It's deflected away. Kicked it to the one place where there were no Inter Detroit players. Silas gets it to Gomez Ruiz. Silas gets it back. That ball deflected. Potential one-on-one chance. Great defense to send it off the leg of a Inter Detroit player and create a goal kick.
Out of bounds, corner kick. Inter Detroit. Correction, goal kick, FC Pontiac.
I was going to say, clearly went off Evan Baker's foot. The side judge did make the call, but we'll have to mark that against him in his book of notes that our referee judge is making to the left of us. All jokes, all kidding aside, this has been excellent runs from FC Pontiac. Ball deflected out. Garcia sends that away. Far side. Evan Baker, this is who you want, chasing after the ball. He's got speed, trying to get the ball. But excellent defense from Etienne Vaughn to send it out. There is going to be a foul on Inter Detroit, obviously. Excuse me, I missed that one. I don't want to misspeak. I think it was on Evan Baker, but. Ball sent way down the field. So 1-on-2 there for Carlos Escoto. And these men have been running back and forth, chasing after the ball with everything they have. We're tracking the mileage for each of these players. That'll probably be north of 5 minutes. Great job from Escoto to fake going towards the ball and reading where the ball went.
Come on.
Escoto once again getting that ball back. Like we talked about, this FC Pontiac team is scrappy. That is unbelievable. That is an unbelievable call. Throw in definitely should have been on FC Pontiac as there's a slide. And sent that ball out of bounds from Inter Detroit. Regardless, it is going to turn into an opportunity. Doug Hayner sends it far and away. This is Casey Bunker looking for Evan Baker inside. Not quite. Defensive line blocks it and sends it away. They will retain possession. Now trying to initiate another run. Number 9, Brendan Gerard, feeling a little winded on that one. Had to take a step back. And this is going to be the end of the half as we extended into extra time just a minute and a half ago. 0-0.
Hey, get down there, I'll take over.
Out of bounds, throw in, FC Pontiac.
Yeah, get down there.
Out of bounds, corner kick, FC Pontiac.
Welcome back to the FC Pontiac Inter Detroit game, live Waterford Mott. Corner kick coming for FC Pontiac. We've been underway for about a minute and a half. We had some technical errors. Apologies for that. Corner kick sent a little too far. Went off the head of a, looks like an Inter Detroit player, but they're going to say goal kick. So
goal kick, Inter Detroit.
Instead, it's going to be goal kick for Inter Detroit. Ian Janis still in goal. In the net for FC Pontiac, I do believe, is still Seth Davidson. He's been stellar throughout this match. 6 saves for him. Referee goes off, or the soccer ball went to the back of the referee. So the FC Pontiac's ball around midfield, that is number 8, Dyer O'Riordan is going to get the ball back.
I was at Birmingham when I did.
Yeah, something like
Deflected. Possession now back in Inter Detroit's hands. Feet, excuse me. However you want to phrase it. It is Casey Bunker. Back to Paul Skasilas. It's been a tough run of defenders. And now it's a run trying to generate for FC Pontiac. It's Carlos Escoto. The far side not able to get after it is the FC Pontiac attacker to be Paul Skasilas to throw it in. Deflected, now kept in bounds by FC Pontiac. Nope, it is going to go out, they will say.
Inter Detroit.
Keeping it on the attack is FC Pontiac. Excellent moves there. Just too many defenders in the area, not able to keep themselves in control. So it goes back to Inter Detroit, or excuse me, FC Pontiac. Great job to be able to retain possession there. Headed up and away by Pasco Garcia. All these headers are just going straight into the air, so it's still in the attack zone, and it is going to be a foul on the field. Not sure where it is. The pitch, excuse me. It is in favor of Inter Detroit. So nearly 50 minutes throughout this match still. Nothing to nothing. A lot of shots generated on goal as well as around the net. Been a lot of great runs and counterattack chances for both sides, just not able to capitalize. And gaining momentum and making the easy ones was part of the keys of the game for Ryan Rowe and Inter Detroit. Trying to make those count now. Instead, it's FC Pontiac. O'Riordan running down the middle of the field. Not able to get it to number 7. Alexander Pekrasevich. So it's Paul Skasilas back to Garcia. Here's Zimmerman. Excuse me, that was Carnello. Now it's Edwin Gomez Ruiz. A lot of space. Evan Baker inside. Excellent move. Shot blocked. Up and over the net.
Out of bounds, corner kick, Inter Detroit.
Corner chance coming for Inter Detroit. Zimmerman is picking the ball that he likes best, I guess, out of the two that were available to him on the field. Sends it low to Bovey. Wants a shot on, just wide. A little bit to the left.
Goal kick, FC Pontiac.
Seth Davidson did not have to move a muscle for that goal, for that shot right there, excuse me. Temperatures dropping just a bit as the sun starts to set. It's been cloudy for the majority of the evening. Rained a little bit in the first half. Looks like that rain is not going to come back for the rest of the game. And from both sides, you're not really disappointed with the game plan or how the game has turned out, because even though you haven't been successful on the offensive side, neither is the other team. So it's kind of one of these things where, speaking of which, Carlos Escoda trying to make something happen. Yeah, Cornell sends it away. It's going to be a throw-in for FC Pontiac in the attacking zone.
Throw-in, FC Pontiac.
Kachuk sends it out back to Etienne Vaude. Now here's Bordonia. Moving through the middle. I believe that's a Reardon. Oh, excuse me, that was Kachuk again. Escoto. Fancy footwork, not amounting to much. Hayner's going to send it away. You're Aquinello, excuse me, is going to send it away. Evan Baker trying to muscle his way onto the ball. He will. There's one defender to beat. He's got Ryan Bovey to his right. Are we going to see the cross? Not what he wanted, but it's still Bovey. Oh, almost! Wide right.
That was a good save. Yeah.
It was either a save or a deflection because it is out for a corner.
Out of bounds, corner kick into Detroit.
Zimmerman hustling his way as the boys are ready to get back in the box.
They're coming after you.
Like we said, these corners have been going far post each time. Offense is starting to catch on to it. Sends it low, near post. Anyway, this is Bovey trying to get possession of it now. Escoto will send it straight to the defense. There's only one man in the area. It was Paul Skasilas. Keeping it alive. That's Casey Bunker. Cross just a little too high for Evan Baker. This is Doug Hayner. A lot of muscling and moving around. Shot too high.
Good job, Liz.
Edwin Gomez Ruiz wanted a one-time cracker.
Out of bounds,
Not able to.
FC Pontiac.
Not able to capitalize on that. I don't know if cracker's the right term for that. It's one-time wonder shot, maybe. I don't know. He was trying to crack a shot. That's what I'm trying to say. Get tongue twisted sometimes, you know. My apologies. Goal kick sent towards midfield. This has been the standard as both teams are trying to generate runs on the other side of the field from the defender's position. And Simon gets deflected out. Edwin Gomez Ruiz keeps it in bounds. Still turns into a throw-in for FC Pontiac.
FC Pontiac.
Good job, buddy.
O'Riordan will give up the throw-in. Instead, give it to Enzo Bordogna. Sends it in.
Come on, Sonny.
This is a chance. Shot not there. It was muscled around by Bosco Garcia. Prankosevic. And now a muscle. Now another muscling over.
Goal kick into Detroit.
Things were getting a little physical here at Waterford Mott. Don't want it to get violent by any means, but all these guys pushing each other around. They're all plays on the ball, so it's nothing outside of that. You just hope one of the men on the field don't take it personally. Yeah, Aquinello sends it to Evan Baker. Go into a defender's feet instead for FC Pontiac. They will generate a counterattack. Headed away by Bosco Garcia. Kept alive by Carlos Escoto. One time shot on the back left post, not able to get it past the defense though, so it's blocked. Sent away, Zimmerman. Kyle Jennings. And now trying to get possession of the ball. It ends up turning into a free kick for
Yeah, there was players getting carried off the field.
FC Pontiac.
Yeah. All the officials are watching, you know, elbows and heads. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Keeping possession alive is FC Pontiac. Tough defense from Inter Detroit. It's been tough defense from both sides. Because even though they've generated strong runs, as both teams have, that's O'Riordan. Going back to Etienne Vaughn. Down the way. This is Doug Hayner. Sends it out wide for a throw-in. Not a fan of FC Pontiac operating in the box.
FC Pontiac.
Yeah, this is really clean. It's good.
Throw-in goes into a double team. Shot, or at least pass blocked. This is Liam Zimmerman trying to keep it alive, and it ends up, or at least keep it from going into a corner.
Goal kick into Detroit.
Escoto massive size difference there. Escoto was given Liam Zimmerman every bit of muscle that he had. Escoto 5'6", while Liam Zimmerman's 5'10". Escoto a little bit younger as well, so that muscle mass hasn't developed as well as it will in a few years. Evan Baker, he's got guys in front of him, defenders as well. Once Hayner, that shot goes directly into the chest of Seth Davidson. Good save for him. First and second half for him. 7 on the day. It is worth noting that Ian Janis had to save the first 3 shots on goal between both teams of the day, and since then, he has not had to save the ball since. FC Pontiac has not generated a shot on since those opening 10 minutes. It's been all Seth Davidson from there, so it's a positive sign for Inter Detroit fans that continue to generate chances. As I say that, and number 9 for FC Pontiac, Brendan Girard, not a fan of that. The Clarkston High School graduate, 5'11", excuse me. Now it's Inter Detroit running the other way. What are we going to see here? One side of Gomez-Ruiz.
Go back!
Chip shot. Kyle Jennings trying to get in there. Ends up going into the grasp of Seth Davidson. Escoto trying to keep the ball alive. Ends up getting ravaged by Liam Zimmerman. No call. Here's Evan Baker. Muscles past his defender, and they're going to call an offsides on that. Very close. Close but no cigar. Shot would have been wide of the net anyways.
That was the only person I knew that lived in the neighborhood. That's so funny. They lived right across the street.
Center ref is going to talk to the 4th official about something. Not sure what this conversation is about. If you watched our Liquid Football Michigan Jaguars game from 2 days ago, you know conversations with refs are not our favorite. There is going to be a yellow card assessed to someone from the coaching staff. It's either that player in the penny. Is it the head coach Kevin Garner, or is it that? That lady is. Excuse me, that 4th official is talking to somebody. It is. I believe that's number 10, Charlie Braithwaite. He was sent off. So it is a second yellow sent to Joey Braithwaite, who will step off the field.
The red card is shown to FC Pontiac, Charlie Braithwaite. It was his second yellow that turns into a red card.
I have never seen that in my life. I know. What kind of?
So Braithwaite obviously mouthing off to the 4th official about something, and she did not take too kindly to it, so
because he wasn't offside. He was caught by 2
sends him
players,
away.
and she called it offside. So he probably said something about that. But
I'm curious on what could have been said or what he was even arguing. A lot of pushing and shoving around. Foul called on Inter Detroit. FC Pontiac's going to look to go quick. Center ref won't let him.
While he was on the bench, because she called the referee called the offside before. So I think at that point he probably said
They are overreared and will
But we don't have to be down.
set the ball down in the middle.
No, we're not.
Kind of look to see what his options are as a set piece generates in front of us.
What Ken said, first time
I want to remind folks that these last 60 minutes are brought to you by the Michigan Super
I've
Cup.
seen it for a referee.
I'll wait till after this attack
They show a
before
referee a yellow and then a
go
red.
through. With that, it's Oberdonia. Sets that off the leg of Paul Skasilas. The Michigan Super Cup is an adult competitive soccer tourney taking place July 5th and 6th in Brighton for $20,000 in prize money. They're seeking to combine semi-pro players with Sunday League teams. If you have interest in competing, contact JP at 248-494-6540. That's 248-494-6540. That corner set wide of the mark. Here's a attack looking to generate for
Yes, Sonny!
the Inter-Detroit offense.
Good, Sonny!
Ball deflected off the leg of number 7, Alexander
Out of
Petkasevich.
bounds, throwing, Inter-Detroit.
Skasilis fakes the attack, letting it go past his feet. And reset for the defense. This is Iaquinello inside to Gomez Ruiz. Just too far out of the reach of Evan Baker. Ball knocked around in FC Pontiac's favor. Working that sideline, keeping the ball inbounds off the face of an FC Pontiac player. Ends up going right at the feet of Ian James.
I was saying,
Come on!
Pontiac will stay home. Probably would have been a good opportunity to press up. They decide not to, though. Almost with the indication that they think that Detroit's going to look to move this up quick. More systematic runs for Inter-Detroit this half. I believe that's Iaquinello trying to send that crosser down. Oh, almost!
Out of bounds, goal kick, FC Pontiac.
Goal kick, surprise call. I thought it was the sliding defender from FC Pontiac that sent it out.
I know.
Thought it would have been. I don't know. Maybe Kyle Jennings mishandled it. That's why I went out for a goal kick. Not sure. Tyler Philpott entering the game now. Again, trying to generate more of an attack, as I believe.
Inter-Detroit substitution, 32, Tyler Philpott checks back into the game.
I thought they might have sent a midfielder on the bench, but instead it's Kyle Jennings. So keeping the same amount of attackers on, keeping that 4-2-4 shape. And that is unbelievable. Taras Kachuk gets fouled, falls over, and then grabs the ball with his hands. Foul called appropriately. Inter-Detroit generating a run on the far side. Cross, too wide. Or not wide enough, excuse me, just goes into the near side net.
Out of bounds, goal kick, FC Pontiac.
Since those opening 10 minutes, if you're looking at strictly the shots on, Inter-Detroit has had much more success generating 7 shots on since those opening 10 minutes, while FC Pontiac hasn't had a shot on since then. Across to Skodosha. Here we go, one-on-one. Fakes the keeper and a goal into the net. Brendan Gerard. I believe the Inter-Detroit players, as was myself, were caught off guard because Carlos Escoto fell over. We thought that there might have been a foul going to be called. Brendan Gerard takes advantage of the opportunity and scores the first goal of the game in the 67th minute. So Escoto falls, the defense kind of loses their focus in the moment. FC Pontiac takes advantage. Brendan Gerard, specifically 5'11" attacker from Clarkston High School, scores the first goal of the game, and it's a very important goal to score. FC Pontiac now with the momentum in their favor. I mentioned how FC Pontiac hasn't had a shot on since the 10th minute, and now that 4th shot on turns into a goal for the Firebirds. Physical play continues. Inter-Detroit obviously not happy with that. I'm sure this is a game that they thought
I don't know if you noticed it.
was
Today was so
not an easy win, but one of those ones that are winnable, especially at home. Friday night against a team that has yet to win this season. But as Ryan Rose said himself, anybody can win on any night in the Midwest Premier League. That's what makes this league one of the best. favor of FC Pontiac. It'll be Seth Davidson getting ready to send us away.
Good ball, buddy. Come on.
FC Pontiac has had a lot of possession in this game as well, even though they haven't been able to generate those shots on. They've still been able to continue to make runs. Speaking of runs, here's another one. No foul called. Iaquinello fakes a kick, sends a defender going, or an attacker, I should say. And now here's Evan Baker playing through the midfield. Slide tackle, obviously a foul. Family in front of me is not happy about it. I believe that is the family of Escoto, and he is going to get a yellow for that.
Number 17, Carlos Escoto.
You got to be able to keep your composure, especially when a call does not go your way. He's not able to do so and receives the yellow for that. Easily could have been just a foul call. In my mind, he definitely made contact with the Inter-Detroit player on that, but whether it was arguable or not is not the question. It's just a matter of being able to control your emotions in that moment. Bosco Garcia to Skasilas. Ball sent way down the way, over the head of Ryan Bovey.
Goal kick, FC Pontiac.
Had the pass been on target, Bovey would have had a great chance to cross and earn another chance towards the net for Inter-Detroit. Feels like Inter-Detroit has yet to really find themselves, even though they've generated so many shots on goal. Since that goal was scored just a few minutes ago in the 67th minute, just feels like the wind is kind of taken out of their sails. You can hear that. I don't know. The wind. I don't know how else to say it. The wind taking out of their sails. That ball sent into the stratosphere.
Go! No way!
Zimmerman making sure no one got a hand on it. Seeing Janice instead. 70 minutes have passed, 20 minutes to go in this Friday Night Lights matchup. FC Pontiac, Inter-Detroit, these teams meeting for the very first time in their history. FC Pontiac in their first season in the Midwest Premier League. Inside. Excellent speed. Great save. Oh no! Bosco Garcia deflects that out. I thought for sure Ian Janice had it. And there's not only Janice, but another Inter-Detroit player is on the ground in pain. That's Paul Skasilas. In addition to Janice, hard collision.
Good Sammy! You look at me.
I was just looking. I don't know.
Inter-Detroit did not roster another goalkeeper, so if they were in a bad spot, they would have to take a field player and put him in that green uniform. They're both going to stand up and walk away from it just fine, but something to note, FC Pontiac is Robert Wright listed as another keeper that could potentially come in if necessary. Inter-Detroit electing to roster another forward instead of the two keepers like they have done for most of the season. Keeping possession alive. This is Kachuk. To Escoto, back to Kachuk. Shot too far to the right. Not the shot you want. You can work a little closer for that, I think.
Come on, go!
What are you telling us? Just
Garcia. Deflected up into the air.
Pressure.
Gomez Ruiz is going to have to
Come on, Brent.
fight for it. It's going to be Brennan Gerard. Near side of the field, looking for that cross. Sends it over, having to be saved by Janice and into the back of the net for FC Pontiac. Janice jumped out for the save on the cross. Not able to grab it. He only sticks one arm out. And it is a goal for FC Pontiac.
empatado 1-1.
It was a bit.
1-1. The score.
I'm going to see that number there. I do believe it's number 11, Nick Simon, but I will confirm that in a second.
It's autogol. Autogol.
And it is number 11, Nick Simon,
FC
the
Pontiac
attacker from
goal
Bloomfield Hills High School.
scored by number 11, Nick Simon.
74th minute for him.
Eduardo.
And if the last one didn't take the wind out of their sails, that one definitely did. That is an unfortunate goal to take at this moment of the game, especially when I don't think Ian Janis had to jump out for that cross. I think he could have stayed home and be just fine. And if you are going to jump out, it'd be nice to get 2 arms out instead of just the one. So 6 shots on goal. It's 4 saves and 2 goals allowed. And Inter Detroit, very dangerous territory. As I say that, here's a run generating. Casey Bunker trying to catch up to that one, not going to be able to do so. Oh, excuse me, that's Nick Hatzios, who is subbed into the game without my knowledge, so apologies there.
I think they've given that from the scoreboard.
Could have came in at halftime, scored 2 goals in the opening match against the Detroit Badgers. Ball sent way down the field. Carlos Escoto had a chance at it. Fakes a kick in the direction of Ian Janis. Here's Skasilis. Running after that ball to save it. It's number 9, Brennan Girard, but unable to do so. Skasilis, typical thrower of the team, sends it in. Garcia will look to flip the field. And Zimmerman out to Iaquinello. Oh, excuse me, that's it. Liam Zimmerman. Baker tried to get the header on, wasn't able to. So it goes out and throw in for FC Pontiac. 15 minutes left to go in this match. Kevin Garner looking for his first win of his Midwest Premier League career. Obviously not the first win of his career. He's a very storied history, both as a player and as a coach. Former player of Crew Alexandra FC as well as Lincoln City. Gerard gets it to O'Riordan. Gerard goes back. Escoto not going to be called off here. He has 3 defenders he's going to have to work through. And Skasilis will send it out for a corner. They will look to move quick. Here's number 7, Penkrasevich, Alexander. Alexander's his first name, excuse me. Shot very, very close. Falling on his back while that shot was taking place. And Detroit is at a place where they need to move quick. Those quick initiated runs like they had for most of the first half is probably what their offense should revert to if they want any chance of winning this game. 2-0 to score is less than 15 minutes to go, at least in regular time. A little more going on in terms of cards and stuff like that. Casey Bunker trying to chase after that ball too far over his head. It's a goal kick for FC Pontiac.
Goal kick, FC Pontiac.
It's so unfortunate for Inter Detroit because they've still, up to this point, generated more shots on goal. They have 7 to FC Pontiac's 6, but not a single goal to show for it. They even subbed out a midfielder, go from a 4-3-3 to a 4-2-4 formation. Here's Simon. Out, inside to O'Riordan. This is a shot for Gerard, saved by Janis, another save by Janis. Now able to grab onto the ball.
Ian Janis.
2 saves back to back. That makes 3 to match the 3 that he had in the first half. So now FC Pontiac has generated more shots on goal. Joshua Rubin sends out a 5'11" defender from Saginaw Valley State.
Throw-in, Inter Detroit.
That Pontiac, or FC Pontiac defense especially when Inter-Detroit gets into the box. It's been so suffocating. Not a lot of room for these Inter-Detroit players to breathe when they get close to the goal. Casey Bunker will fake that pass, go out wide to Zimmerman. Back inside to Casey Bunker, out to Bovey. Paul Skasilis acting as a wingbacker. This is Bunker, excuse me, that's Bovey. Kicks out and away, did not know where his teammate was. It's a throw in for FC Pontiac.
Throw in FC Pontiac.
Come on, Brandon.
Garcia heads it. At the feet of Paul Skasilis. Hatsios.
Go back, go
Now
back,
Baker.
go back.
Excuse me, that's Philpott. Kicks it out wide. Wants Doug Hayner. Wants to run for his life to save that one. Keeps it alive.
Yours.
Nice footwork.
Yes, Lee.
Gets moved
No,
and
no, no, no.
pushed over in the box. No call.
Yes. Yes. Come on, Brandon.
Here's a
Find
attempt
it. Yes.
from Prenkasevich. Looking to get defended by Iaquinel.
Sierra!
Muscles.
Sierra!
Iaquinel to be able to keep that alive. Prenkasevich chips in, not able to get any defenders there in the area. Here's a Skoda with a shot. Directly and saved by Ian Janis. Seventh save of the evening for Ian Janis. Same amount of saves for both sides, in fact, but the only thing is Ian Janis has allowed 2 goals to go in the back of the net. Rolling into 10 minutes left here. Nick Simon not able to get the right touch. CTN failed to keep the possession alive. Ball headed away. Nick Hatsios wants to chase after it, but he recognizes that the throw-in is coming for FC Pontiac, or excuse me,
Come on, go back, go back.
Detroit. Philpott. Looking to see what kind of options he has. Hatsios, room in front of him. Shot was blocked and goes into the hands of Seth Davidson. No save there because it was deflected off of an FC Pontiac player. It would be an own goal if it went. Excuse me there. Brennan Gerard thought somebody was in front of him, so it ends up going to the feet of Ian Janis. Far kick there. Thrower for Nick Hatsios. Skasilis.
Hey, tú,
Trying to
márcalo.
see what his options are. Garcia. Now out wide. This is William Zimmerman. Goes inside. Ball deflected. Skasilis trying to catch up to it. He will. And there's some physical play. Bosco Garcia shoving and pushing down Brennan Gerard.
Come on, Carlos.
Carlos Escoto,
Yes, go, go,
excellent
go, go,
footwork
go,
to
go,
keep
go,
the
go,
possession
go.
alive for him.
Beautiful.
Looking for
Come
Brennan
on,
Gerard,
come on.
trying to chase after that one. Kicked just a little too far
Mucho.
into the hands of Ian Janis.
Look, heavy.
Ball sent far and wide. There's going to be an offsides. Nick Hatsios, as well as, I believe that's Tyler Philpott on the far side of the field. Seth Davidson telling the folks to get down, because, or go far, I should say, don't get down. There's no sniper in the building. We're just kicking this one deep.
Don't be a baby.
Headed away. Throwing for Inter-Detroit. Inter-Detroit doing everything they can to score. That's a foul. Philpott fouled on that one. O'Riordan trying to show some sportsmanship. There's going to be, looked like Philpott was holding his face. Nothing malicious there. They're just trying to go for the ball, and Philpott might have just taken a hard spill. Ian Janis sending everybody to that the 20-15 yard line, football lines, but it'd be 25 yards out. We're talking about the pitch. Here we go. Garcia wants the header. Nothing there. This is Doug Hayner. He's going to be a throw-in for Inter-Detroit in the danger zone. Trying to make something happen here. Less than 7 minutes to go. I think that's Iaquinello. Trying to throw it in as far as humanly possible. Sends it towards the middle of the box. This is Bovey, wants a one-timer. Here's a shot, too far wide. No, it's actually a corner kick. I'm not sure who deflected that one, but it is going to go out for a corner kick. Inter-Detroit was just as surprised as all of us in the box. They started moving quickly in an instant. Zimmerman sends it in, far post. A lot of movement. No shots generated, though. Shot deflected. Bovey not able to get the shot he wants. And there we go. 2-on-1. Potential opportunity. Tyler Philpott ripping Nicholas Simon to the ground. Philpott not a fan of how this game has gone. And almost is willing to say, I will take the yellow just to make sure that we don't go down 3-0 and completely put this game away. As it stands, it's very unlikely Inter-Detroit will be able to come back and earn a point from this. It would take a complete collapse from FC Pontiac in order to do so. Stranger things have happened in this wonderful sport. Here we go, generating an attack. Gerard trying to get a shot on, not able to do so. Ball deflected. FC Pontiac has been unbelievable. Their discipline in being able to generate shots inside the box. These possessions. Here's Gerard, far side, double teamed. Pass deflected. Goes out for, I believe that's number 11, Nick Simon. Yeah, ball still alive, not quite. Goes out for a throw-in. It's Inter-Detroit's.
Inter-Detroit throw-in.
Tyler Philpott sends it out wide. I believe this is Casey Bunker. Going out to Nick Hatsios. Loses the ball underneath his feet. And FC Pontiac sends it the other way. Now is their attack potentially for Brennan Gerard. Carlos Escoto gets the ball deflected away. Joey Iaquinello is not happy, yelling at his team. But it becomes a corner for FC Pontiac. Less than 4 minutes to go in regular time. There will be some stoppage time, not sure how much as it stands. I think typical teams would take their sweet old time with this, but FC Pontiac is a team that has struggled immensely up to this point. They've been outscored 9-3 coming into this game. And will elect to kick the corner short and just go directly off the legs of a Inter-Detroit player. Will take the throw-in instead. And now they are going to take their sweet old time. Here's Escoto to throw it in. He's going to send it into what was going to be Alexander Prenkasevich.
Out of bounds, throw-in, FC Pontiac.
This is Enzo Bordogna. Here's Escoto. Again, also ripped around by Paul Skasilis.
Out of bounds, throw-in, FC Pontiac.
Looks like it went off the foot of Carlos Escoto. They will say it's a Pontiac throw-in, though. Bordonia once again to throw it in. Multiple options. Scoto will get the ball instead. Just keeping possession alive, just letting it go out. And it is going to be another throw-in for FC Pontiac.
Throw-in, FC Pontiac.
Scanning his options. This is Nick Simon. Bordonia crosses it wide, just sends it to the other side of the field.
Out of bounds. Throw-in, into Detroit.
I mentioned FC Pontiac was more than likely not going to take their sweet time. Ever since I've said that, they've done nothing but waste clock. Casey Bunker with the ball at his feet now. They don't want to go home without a goal. Here's Tyler Philpott. Looking to scout his options. Slips as he passes, so he's not going to get the touch that he wants. We'll send that ball down to the other side for Ian Janis to collect.
There's going to be like 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage.
Less than 1 minute to go until stoppage time. It's been a very unfortunate game for Inter Detroit. And at home this season, they've had a pretty bad string of games, just to be completely honest with you. Haven't had those touches that they want. And this looked like a team that was going to, many people predicted prior to the season beginning that this is going to be a team that was challenging or either winning the Great Lakes East title. And through 4 games, they're only going to have 4 points to show for it. Bosco Garcia out wide to Oscar Silas. Evan Baker crosses. The shot that he wants, no, not able to get that touch. Was Nick Hatzios, bounced off of his foot into the defender's possession. Hatzios gets it to Casey Bunker, and the side judge is going to say went out of bounds before that cross went. As we roll into stoppage time. 2-0 scoreline. Oscar Silas out to Bosco Garcia. We've seen heroics in the stoppage time before for Inter Detroit. Off the head of Evan Baker. Philpott wanted a crack at it, not going to be able to. Seth Davidson gets it in his arms. We'll hold on to it, talk that talk. I'm sure he's not talking like that. I'm sure he's yelling instructions. We're very sportsmanlike here at Watford. Now an attack chance. Another one for FC Pontiac. Looks like it's going to be 1-on-3. Bosco Garcia able to rip that ball away. And that ball sent far and wide. We've seen kicks that were supposed to be just kicked away go straight into the back of the net, so you can't take those for granted. You gotta make sure you're watching those as well. Different keeper though, Jackson Harchick. This is Ian Janis, goal for your Inter Detroit.
Come on.
Pontiac once again. Suffocating FC Pontiac defense has not allowed Inter Detroit to get the touches they want for the entirety of the second half. This is Doug Hayner. Crossing the field. Wants a pass. It's going to be Casey Bunker. Sends it back out. Brian Bovey crosses. Too high and over the goal post. For playing a different sport, that would be 3 points. Very unfortunate. Firebirds will get their first win of the season. Their next game is going to be at home against Cedars FC on Monday, June 9th at 8 p.m. So a little over a week from now. They have some time to rest and recoup. For Inter Detroit, their next game at home is a little over a week from now as well against the Michigan Jaguars, another We Are Soccer club. Sunday, June 8th at 5 p.m. I'll be on the call for that, as well as our Point Images crew here at We Are Soccer. Very excited for that matchup. Shot nowhere near the net. Michigan Jaguars will play their first game of the season this Sunday night. They'll be at home against Cedars FC. So out of Midwest Premier League action here on the We Are Soccer YouTube channel, as well as the Facebook and Twitter, wherever you are watching. Thank you for supporting us on a Friday night. Excited to have you here, as Enter Detroit has struggled mightily since that score has opened. FC Pontiac is going to get the win. First win of the season for them. 2-0 against Enter Detroit.
We Are Soccer.